Hello, everyone, and welcome in. Today is Wednesday, July 19th, and we're here to do your single card pull to see what messages the universe has in store for you for today and what you need to keep in mind as you're making your way through the middle of your week. Let's start out with our air signs, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and let's see what message is coming through. The Magician. So this is that card about transforming lead into gold, transmuting that energy, changing those negative feelings or thoughts or situations into something more positive. And let's see what message is coming through for you from Gaia. Sacred Journey. So this is that card that it's about transformation, life cycles, and family. So there's that one. And keeping in mind that sometimes part of that life cycle is the ending of one cycle so that the next one can begin. And that Magician energy is how do you move it from one cycle to the next? And not necessarily that you're shuffling out certain people, but some of it is a matter of shuffling out certain energy. What energy and situations are no longer serving you? What situations are keeping you from your path, from your higher purpose? Let's take a look at a Sacred Creator card. Changemaker, make waves. And again, part of that with the transformation part is how do you move your energy from kind of a stagnant one to a more powerful one. And really embodying that sense of taking control. We did just have our North Node moving into Aries a couple days ago, and part of that was that energy of being bold, making choices for you, what serves you. Your jumper card is wedding. This situation involves marriage. So in terms of these making waves, either this is moving your situation along into a place where you will be getting married, or maybe you already are married, but you're needing to make some changes, make some shifts within that to be able to bring in that happy energy and to get you back onto your path if maybe you feel like within that relationship you've gotten off path a little bit. All right. And let's move on to our fire signs. So our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What message is coming through for you? What do our fire signs need to know for today? Temperance. So the Temperance card is about finding that kind of that inner wisdom, and with Temperance, that's like moderation and balance and judgment and seeing things from another perspective. So Spock is the very logical one, not reacting quickly out of emotions and really thinking things through. So with the Temperance card, that's going to be encouraging you to see things from all different perspectives, being patient, having that balance. And sorry, I seem to have a helper here. It's okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Sorry about that, I had to put the dog outside. So let's go ahead and pull a Gaia card and see what message is coming through from Gaia for today. 9 of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So on the heels of that Temperance card where you're thinking about, I guess, what sort of actions you need to take and that patience and that balance, that will bring you a sense of fulfillment and harmony if you're able to step back and think about things from a more, I guess, maybe logical perspective and not react impulsively to the situation around you. Let's pull one of the Sacred Creator cards. It says gratitude again. So part of the idea with manifesting the the life and the future that you want is to be grateful for what you have and not be trying to manifest from a position or a feeling of lack, because that will just draw more lack or more reinforcement of that lack mindset into your daily actions or into your daily experiences. So always be grateful for what it is that you have, and then that will draw more of those experiences towards you. So let's look at the romance card. This one says deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. So when you're looking at your relationships, whether it's a business relationship, family perspective, romantic relationship, there is something fake going on in some respects there. So whether that's another person and how they're interacting with you, or this could be you, looking at, are you being honest and true in your dealings with other people, or are you presenting a certain facade? Maybe some of it is that you want to be a certain way, but you're really not, and so you're pretending and you're leading with this false idea of who you are. And remember that Aries going into, or North Node in Aries, is really pushing you to be you, be unapologetically you. And so, regardless of what that situation is, if you're able to lead in a more truthful manner, that will help you stand in your power. If it is a situation where there's somebody else in your life, whatever this relationship is, like I said, romantic or work or personal, like friendship, really looking at, is that the energy that you want around you? Do you want to have somebody playing a significant role in your life that's being dishonest with you? All right, next on to our earth signs. So that's going to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and what message is coming through for you. The World, and that's card number 21 in the Major Arcana. So that's the last one. That's the fulfillment, the wrapping up of a cycle. Usually that's kind of that triumphant sort of energy that you finished that out. So even if it was a tough cycle, either you've conquered it and you've turned it around and you've achieved what you wanted to achieve, or sometimes the World, the ending of the cycle, is walking away and releasing what's no longer serving you. So let's see what the Gaia card is for you. Remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. And that's something that it's very difficult to be mindful and present when you are constantly reminded of the past. So if you're putting the two of those together, maybe it's this resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Generally, I would say this is probably the negative ones that are coming up. So with the World card, if you're closing out that cycle, it's how do you stop that from continuing to surface? If it's a hurt that you can get over, then work on that healing and getting over it. If it's a hurt that you can't get over, release it and move on. Your Sacred Creator card was Rise, so that's the whole thing of rising above those emotions. And sometimes the way you do that is releasing what's no longer serving you. So there's the whole idea of, when you forgive somebody, forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. It's saying, I'm no longer going to let that energy take up any space in me. Positive or negative, I'm forgiving you and moving away from something that's no longer working for you, something that's no longer keeping you happy or on your path. So let's take a look at the card. And this one says, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this really feels like actually the ending of a relationship type of perspective, that, there's some past hurt that you've been trying to work through, and it just keeps resurfacing and resurfacing. So it's saying, free yourself from that situation, rise above it, and, the World closing out the end of that, closing that out, end of that cycle, so that you can start a fresh new one, that maybe all of this is just kind of wrapped in together as a tough thing for you. And with that, it's, life is all about lessons. And what is it that you're learning? What is it that you're here to experience and learn? And at some point, the experience, that specific experience comes to an end. So the last one that we have is our water signs. So that's going to be our Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The card that jumped out was the Death card. Although with that being kind of in between while I was still finishing up on the Earth signs, this one could be related to the Earth signs, or it could be, I'll just put that over here for now, or it could be related to the beginning of the energy for the water signs coming in. So a little bit of either one, but since we were finishing up talking about the ending of the cycle on the Earth card, or the Earth signs, I would say this is probably a message that goes with Earth signs. So let's pull another card here for water. The Hermit. So the Hermit is that kind of self-imposed solitude where you're really thinking about things and pulling on that, like, I guess maybe inner wisdom, or really thinking about things and soul searching, that quiet reflection, and really trying to find your way with a certain situation. Maybe it's with life in general. Let's take a look at our Gaia card. Harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. So perhaps you feel like you've been lacking that lately, so you're kind of taking some reflection time to figure that out. Let's take a look at the Sacred Creator card. What's your honest truth? And this goes along, like we've been talking about, that North Node moving into Aries, and really standing in your truth and having that self-confidence, no longer trying to make yourself small in order to make everyone around you feel more comfortable or at ease. So really standing in that truth, since you're the one that has to live your life every day. Let's take a look at this one. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So with the Hermit card, where you're going into self-reflection, I feel like these two are kind of giving that message of, you need a little bit of space. You need a little bit of time to figure out what it is that you're doing, what do you want, what path do you want to go on, and then the harmony and what is your truth. That's what's causing you to go into that Hermit phase, that your current situation with your relationship, again, whether this is romantic or, take only what resonates with you and leave the rest. So if that's not a situation that's coming up with a romantic partnership, maybe it's a business partnership or a friendship, but there seems to be some disconnect here between what you are experiencing and what you think you should be experiencing in that situation. So that's kind of causing you to go into that Hermit mode. So the separation, whether it's physical separation for some period of time, or just kind of energetic separation where you're pouring your energy back into yourself so that you can see, what is it that I really want? What path do I really want to be on? That one of the two of those situations is likely coming up here for our water signs. So I hope this has been helpful for you, and to give you some things to think about as you move forward in your day. And as always, with any of these, take only what resonates and what is applicable in your situation. So I wish you peace and joy along your journey, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.